Hello, and welcome back to this channel. Today, I want to talk about the autism myths, the myths that are surrounding the autism spectrum, things that people have believed for a very long time, but that are not even true. And because it's something that people, they share that as sentiments, they think maybe sometimes it's to comfort, but actually it's not correct according to research. So today I want to cover quite a few myths that I have learned over the years of raising my son who is on the autism spectrum. But before I do that, let's talk about what is a myth. What is a myth? A myth is a fact or a belief that has been held for so long, yet it's not true. It's a belief or a fact that people believe in, and people have come to actually make it as if it's true, yet it's not researched, and it doesn't have a research backup, and it's not true. So those are the things I want to talk about this in this video. The myths that are surrounding the autism spectrum, things that people believe, yet they are not factual, they can term them facts, but yet they are not things that are backed up by research. So those are the things I want to talk about in this video. The first thing that I want to talk about, the myth that I found very funny, and that for me it displays quite a lot of lack of knowledge, and sometimes people pass this meaning very well, but not realizing that it's actually not true. So the first myth that I want to talk about is the myth that, oh, he will outgrow autism. Don't worry, as he grow older, the autism will also vanish. You will get better. You will not be autistic. There is no adults who are autistic. So don't worry, it's not like you will grow up like that. That is a myth. Because the truth of the matter is individuals on the autism spectrum, they do not outgrow their autism. They do not outgrow it. But what happens is that they learn how to cope, they learn how to manage the environment, which then presents itself as if they now have outgrown the autism. Individual on the autism spectrum do not outgrow it. But what happens is that they manage their responses. Because remember, we said autism is the way the brain is wired to react or respond to environments, events, or situations that are happening in the surrounding of the individual. So as they learn, as they go for therapy, as they get the support that is needed, they do not then respond to events, to situations, the same way they used to respond before they started getting help, before they got intervention, before they got the support. So it will then look like the autism has vanished away. It will then look like because they are a bit older, so the autism is no longer controlling them the way it used to be. The autism is no longer there. So I just wanted to demystify that myth that they outgrow autism. They do not. The fact is that autistic individuals remain autistic individuals even in their old age, even in their 30s, in their 40s, in their 60s, till death. They remain autistic individuals because the way the brain is wired, it remains like that, even though they get some help that help them to manage their environment and to react to circumstances and the situation. Then the other myth that I want to talk about is autism can be cured. That is a myth. That is a myth. I believe in medication. I believe in therapies. I'm also a religious person. I believe in prayer. But if we want to call a spade, autism cannot be cured. Autism cannot be cured. It does not have cure, which takes us to this third myth. The third myth is that autism is a disease. Autism is not a disease. It's a condition. Autism is not a disease. It is a condition. So that is the third myth I wanted to talk about. It's a condition that can be managed, that can be monitored, but it's not a disease. And the other myth that I want to discuss is that autism is a condition that is only found in boys. That is a myth. Even though research shows that boys tend to exhibit their autistic symptoms and signs and red flags at an early age, boys tend to get diagnosed at an early age than girls, for the reason that in general, girls know how to steam from a very early age. We're going to talk about what is steaming. So most of the girls, they get diagnosed in their teenage stage of life more than boys. Boys get diagnosed quite earlier in life because they exhibit the red flags, they exhibit the signs and symptoms of autism quite earlier in their life. It's not like girls do not get diagnosed, but they do get diagnosed later in life. And most of them, like most adults that I've met, are actually females who got diagnosed quite later in life. Boys do get diagnosed quite earlier. Most of them around 5, 6, 7, just below 10, they get their diagnosis because already they are exhibiting the signs. But I think girls, culturally, we are just raised to sort of think through, and we don't, in general, ladies, females, they don't exhibit the signs early. So it then looks like girls are not autistic, or there is no autistic girls out there, which is a myth. It's not only boys that are autistic. Then the other myth that I want to talk about is autistic individuals do not feel emotion. Autistic individuals do not show emotion. That is a myth. The truth is that they do feel the emotion, but they don't know how to express it. They do feel love, they feel passionate for other people, but they just don't know how to show the affection. So then it will end up looking like they don't have emotions. They also don't know how to read the environment, like what we discussed in the other video before. They don't know how to read the situation, to read the room, like what people who are not on the autism spectrum are able to do. So because of that, you find that it will look like they don't know how to show excitement like everyone else in the room, or they don't know how to show empathy. If it's a sad situation that requires people to show some consideration, some empathy, to sympathize, they don't know how to do that. But that does not mean they don't feel sympathy for other people. So they do have emotions, but they just don't know how to show, to communicate those emotions. And then the other thing that I've come across as a myth that I find that people think it's true, which is not true, it's a myth, is that people think autism is caused by vaccines. Research actually shows that autism is not caused by vaccines. Autism is not caused by vaccines. It's caused by other things, but not vaccines. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.